Hello. Hi there. Good morning. How you doing? Hope everyone's having a good morning so far. My gosh, I don't even know where to start with all the things in the news today. So maybe we're not going to talk about it, but we all know that the message today, as every day, is to stop the senseless killing of innocents in the Middle East and worldwide. And I just am going to keep crowing it. Actually, I'm thinking about doing something starting on Friday. Would it be Friday that we would start? Yeah, we would have to. Starting on Friday morning or Friday afternoon. Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you. I'm glad you made it. Starting on, I think, either Friday morning or Friday evening, I'm thinking about doing a 21-day sadhana to Aryatara. So we would go through in 21 days all the different forms of Tara, all their different mantras, everything. And so I'm going to contemplate that further today and then stay tuned because I'll probably only post about it like tomorrow and maybe Friday, and then that's it. If you want to sign on, you're welcome to. I'm thinking about doing it with, asking people to make donations to a charitable cause supporting refugees and those who are at threat. So I will be in touch with more of that. And it would be the kind of thing that if you sign on to do it, you can watch it later if you aren't able to be there. So it's been a long time since I did one of these. I used to do them every year, but I'm feeling like now is the time. So, yesterday we went through a number of the different forms of Guanyin, and we're going to return to that today. Let's see here. Where are we? There we go. No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Somehow it updated and it lost my space. So give me a second to get to where I want to be. Here we go. Come on. Okay, we'll open it over here. I don't know why it's taking this long to get this document open. It just is like endlessly loading. Let's try one more time, and then if it's not here, I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. Okay. I wonder if my app updated or did something overnight that I didn't know about. Okay. Well, I don't know how to get this document open. It's just sitting here endlessly. Okay, maybe I'll try over here. There. Okay, now I can see this document for Guanyin. Okay. Okay, here we are. So we ended up yesterday with floating Guanyin, and she's the one who brings peace and blankets peace over everyone who's suffering. So today we're going to begin. Let's see, we have today, tomorrow, and Friday. One, two, three, four. Uh, we have 14 more to go. So I think I'll just do 6 today. So today we have seafaring Guanyin. So this is Guanyin of the ocean. In this depiction, she's often standing among the waves and moving through the waves. And she is the one who protects sailors who travel the sea. There's actually um, kind of a crossover here with another Chinese goddess, Matsu, who is the one who protects sailors with a huge statue in various different ports. So they will erect in China large statues of Guanyin, sometimes enormous statues of Guanyin, overlooking the sea or overlooking the port to protect all the sailors and all that happens at sea, which is a kind of a more kind of specific form than Guanyin in the pedal boat, who started out protecting seafarers, but now protects everyone who's overwhelmed or at threat of being overwhelmed. Oh, thank you. Um, Calm, abiding Guanyin. So calm, abiding Guanyin is often in, a state with like a mudra like this, um, or like this, sometimes like this, but the mudra like this or the mudra like this will bestow fearlessness and confer protection. So we can call upon calm, abiding Guanyin, she who is centered in her strength, to give us fearlessness and courage when we are feeling afraid. And is she the same as the one on the leaf from yesterday, or is that different? Different. She's different. Similar, but different. Morning, Elisa. All right. So next, Guanyin cloaked in leaves. And in this form of Guanyin, she is also similar to a form of Tara. Um, there is a Sengdang Nakji is Tara, who is cloaked in leaves and gives medicine. The noble lady of the forest, cloaked in leaves, who bestows medicine upon the ill. And Guanyin, cloaked in leaves, is the same as that form of Tara. And when we do our Tara sadhana that we start on Friday, will eventually get to Sangdang Nakji, who is the noble lady of the teak forest, clothed in leaves, who makes medicine. Um, Guanyin, who burns incense. In this form, we see Guanyin, and she's got either sticks of incense. Traditionally, you'll see like 3 sticks of incense or a large brazier of incense with lots of sticks in it, or else she'll have a small pot of incense. Incense burning Guanyin wards off untimely death. So you call upon her, and obviously the you start to see where the form of Guanyin, and this is true of Tara, where the assets of the form of Guanyin reflect her practice. So Guanyin cloaked in leaves is she's wearing the medicinal le- leaves. Resume. Okay. Are we still here? Yes, we're still here. I don't know what just happened, but let me know if you can still see me, because it just said that there was some kind of what's the one behind me? The one behind me is Guanyin with the willow branch. She's got the will, but she has a couple different factors going on. She's got the willow branch and the vase of nectar. Um, yeah, I froze for a minute. It told me there was like music that belonged to someone else in my broadcast, but it was, I mean, the sweet music of the washing machine in the other room. Okay, good. Yeah. So this one behind me is Guanyin. She's kind of got 3 or 4 forms. She's sitting on the lotus throne. She has the nectar in her vase. She's holding a willow branch, and she also is holding the calm abiding mudra. So this is a kind of a blend of a couple different ones. And you'll often see that. You'll sometimes see very traditional depictions of Guan Yin where she's just in one thing. But a lot of the modern statues that we see, like in the, maybe the last like 300 years, kind of have a combination of factors. Okay, so now there is a form of Guan Yin. The next one is Tara Guan Yin. She is Guan Yin, who's a form of the goddess Tara. Tara means star in Sanskrit. Tara is the savioress. In this case, Guan Yin is often linked with Tara, white Tara, because Tara's white form is always sitting in lotus position on a lotus throne, full lotus. She doesn't step out into the world. She's a witness to the world. Tara, who's got one right hand out and one right foot stepping out, that Tara is Tara going into the world, typically green Tara. You'll see lots of different depictions like in postures, and the posture of their meditation is what conveys their activity. So in this case, Tara Guan Yin is like a white Tara form of Guan Yin sitting in full lotus, legs crossed. She is abiding as a witness to all of the pain of the world. And then there is, last but not least, Guan Yin in a clamshell. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Guan Yin in a clamshell. And Guan Yin in the clamshell bestows fishermen with bounty. So this is kind of an interesting thing because you might say, well, wait a minute, aren't Buddhists usually vegetarian? Why would they have one who bestows bounty of fish on a fisherman? But remember that, this is a this is located within a carnivorous context. China is largely carnivorous. There is vegetarian and vegan Buddhism, and sects that practice that strictly. And then there are sects that don't practice it strictly. Oh, yeah, please do send that photo to me, Joanne. So basically, this is the Guan Yin who protects fishermen when they're out in their little boats trying to bring in their nets for the well-being of their families. So that is Guan Yin in a clamshell. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more forms to look at. So I think we will do those tomorrow and the next day. And just for those joining now, just wanted to let you know, I think on Friday, I'm going to start a 21-day Tara sadhana where we go through the 21 Taras. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on, let me know if you think I should just do it on Facebook. Maybe it's easiest to start, to just do it on Facebook and on YouTube here. Let me know if that's what you prefer rather than doing it on Zoom. Kind of makes sense because then people can see it even if they don't know about the practice. They'll, join on later. I'll make an announcement about it tomorrow. I'll make a final decision. All right. So let's dive in to today's practice. And thanks for those on YouTube who are watching me squint at my screen. Yesterday, we came to the threshold, and it was very clear that there is a distinct before and after. There is a distinct threshold where we need to level up and where the universe, our lives, our souls are asking this of us. Yesterday, I had one thing come across my path, two things come across my path that suggested to me that there might be some kind of a level up. So for today, Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. And this is really a beautiful form for us to draw. In the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple, that is what Our priestesses are called sky dancer priestesses. That's because of the legacy of the Dakinis in Tibetan Buddhism, Khandros. This is the women who have magical powers, who are mortal and divine at the same time, who can create circumstances. They are aligned with the elements. They are magic workers. They're healers. They're teachers. They're also challengers, initiators. So, Guanyin dances creative energy and light across the sky, causing blossoms to descend. Um, and this is an interesting thing. Sometimes one of the things that you read in various different Tibetan texts is where they talk about a rain of flowers from the sky. And it means flowers, actual flowers falling from the sky miraculously, but it also refers to the weather phenomenon when it's drizzling. So when it's just drizzling out, they also call that rain of flowers because it's so delicate, it doesn't damage any flower, it nourishes them. So, when we tap into our spiritual power of creation, we cause our life and all life around us to bloom. Creation is a natural spiritual power within you. Force can slow down the process. It's time to stop striving and to just allow the manifestation to occur. Trust, let go, and allow your creation to flow. Kuan Yin dances with the sky, the heavenly power of inspiration. As a result, life blooms around her. Kuan Yin brings us guidance that we are creating something important right now, something that is aligned with heavenly forces and light, that is significant for the path of spiritual awakening on this planet. Whether we are fully conscious of it or not, it is happening. The spiritual light is flowing into the physical plane with the intention to manifest certain life situations and circumstances. These manifestations are in accordance with our spiritual path. Guan Yin will support us in manifestation with her sky dance, which calls the divine light of inspiration and support into earthly creation so that we can experience the divine in form here on earth. Yeah, it does feel like Kathy just noted this really resonated right now, and it resonates for me too. If you're noticing certain factors just starting to line up and things kind of just dropping suddenly into your lap, where maybe you feel like, oh, it's a surprise, oh, it's a blessing, oh, it's irregular. But what if that kind of aligned living was not irregular? What if it was the norm that in order for us to live our spiritual missions on earth, to help, to give, to forgive, to heal, to help humanity in some way, what if circumstances lined up so that we could do more of that? What if the world needs us to do more of that and therefore circumstances are aligning? Try to think of it this way. When good things happen, it's not good things happening to me personally that like are out of nowhere. It's actually that the tool or the circumstance that is meant to allow me to help more is coming into being. I have more to give. I have more to offer. I have more patience. I have more bandwidth. I have more capacity. Now I can give more. When something difficult or bad happens to us, don't think of it like, oh, bad luck has befallen me. Why me? It's, oh, look, this is the condition of the world. So many people feel this way. I am one of them. I now understand more compassionately and deeply how others are experiencing the challenges of life so that when I am aligned and sustained, I will be able to address the suffering that I know so well. It's so clear that our individual destinies are not separate from each other's or from anything else in the world. Our individual destinies are part of the fabric of the whole. If the world needs more women to help, it will give us what we need so that we can help. If the world is suffering, we will feel that suffering. And it's both. And learning to hold it as both. It's not bad luck, good luck. Although in a linear way, we perceive it that way, but it isn't because time is meaningless. We already know this because tomorrow's leap day. So time is meaningless. So we perceive things in a linear way as though there are ups and downs, but it isn't actually that way. Time is an illusion and linearity is illusion. There is just space time all happening right now, and all of it, all the good and all the bad, are present. And our job within that is to give what we have to give. So the more we have to give, the more we have to give. The more suffering we feel, the more suffering there is in the collective. And it's both happening at the same time. Part of being a priestess, I think, is learning to understand this and to wield this knowledge, to wield the knowledge that not everything is linear, that all of it is a part of a vast oneness, that all of it is simply made of energy, and that our awareness within that energy helps to focalize that energy for the highest outcome. Flora says, it has been written. I agree. All right. So that is our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. And now let's dive in. 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guan Yin. And I really don't understand why this isn't working, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. None of my business. Let's go. Oh. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. Little housekeeping here. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. And let me know if you can still see me because it looks suspiciously frozen over here on my side, but maybe that's just me. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm just not sure. I don't know if Facebook has blocked me here, but I'm going to go forward as if, even though I can't kind of tell it. I think I would know if you were here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna click, I think I'm stuck. I'm gonna click finish, and then I'm gonna start this part over on YouTube. Just hang tight for a second. Okay, sorry about that. I disappeared. I don't know kind of what happened, but all of a sudden I was blocked from it said I was blocked in 239 countries. So I don't know why. I'm just myself. I wasn't even singing anything. But anyway, we're going to jump in. We're going to do our recitations. Om Mani Padme Hum. Or no, Namo Guan Shi and Pusa. We're going to start with our round of Namo Guan Shi and Pusa. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated by being told that I was blocked in 239 countries. Okay. All right. Looks like people are coming back. Sorry about that. I don't really understand what happened. So, Namo Guan Shi and Pusa. 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 Namo Guan Shi. Namo Guan Shi and Pusa. 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 Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Namo Guan in Pusa. Namo Guan Shi 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 in Pusa. In Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. Nam Pusa. Namo Guan Shi in 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 Pusa. Nasa. Namo Guan Shi in Pusa. 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 Namo Guan Quan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo 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 Quan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Quan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Quan Shi Yin, Namo Quan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Quan Shi Yin Pusa. And our prayer for the money reciter of Kam by Gyaltse Tokme Zangpo. Lama Dankun Suksum Lakchak Salo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpur Chike Bar, Gang Dang Gang Duke Pa de Dang Der, Tadu Tuje Champo Jitsin Shing, Gusum Gewe Charsho, Jamdang Ning Je Champo Kunlangne, Tuje Champo Duljar Girpanam, Lame Changchuk Chalago Pe. Tujay Champo Trinlay Parsh. Homage to the Guru and Three Jewels. From now until I reach the essence of awakening, wherever I may be reborn, in that place may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue, inspired by loving kindness and supreme compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening. May I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Dankunchuk Simlak Chatsalo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpur Chike Bar, Gang Gang Duke Pa de Dang Der, Tadu Champo Jitsinching, Gusum Gewe Chala Chapar Sho, Chamdang Ning Jay Champo Kunlangne, Tujay Champo Diljar Girpanam, Lame Changchuk Chala Gopechir, Tujay Champo Trinlay Par Sho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our recitations to all who are in need, remembering that as we feel that suffering, everyone in the world also feels that suffering. And so we pray for all of us. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Hum, Om Mani Padme 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 Hum. 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 Mani Padme Hum. Om 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 Mani Padme Hum. Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Hum. Om Mani Padme 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 Hum. And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxi and Pusa. And oh, thank you, Elisa. Sorry about that, Joanne. Sorry I had that weird thing happen today. I'm glad you were here today. And today we are going to go out there and look for the natural manifestation of goodness raining down on us like flowers falling from the sky for the benefit of all beings. What can we bring when we have more to offer? And what suffering we've gone through, everybody goes through in some way. So let's remember that today. Be back tomorrow. And tomorrow is Leap Day, my favorite day. Bye.